Today's guest is DJ Starrza, a force behind the decks and in front of the camera. From shutting down boiler rooms to touring with Jhené Aiko, she's all about turning moments into movements, and we're so excited to dive into her world today.
Hi.
Thank you so much for being here.
So good. That was so good.
I love you. I was like, I don't want to say too much about you because we want to learn all about you in the conversation, but thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
We love you.
I love you. This is my first interview, y'all, so not too much on me.
No, we're going to be light. It's super light and fun, and we're gonna dive into some fun topics today.
Let's do it.
But first, for the people, I think we want to know is like, what drew you into DJing, and do you remember your first set?
Yes and yes. What drew me into DJing? I was the certified aux holder in the car.
Yes.
When as a teenager, as a kid. Granted, I'm still young, y'all. I'm 25 years young, so. Always had the aux cord. There was like virtual DJing that was like on every MacBook at the time. This was like 2012, 2013. And also there was like these apps where you could just plug the aux cord in, attach it to your SoundCloud, and I would just be mixing in the car on the way.
Wait, this is crazy. I didn't know any of this.
Yeah.
I'm like too old. No. I didn't know about any of these things.
That's just how I got into it. And then my grandmother went half with me on a DJ board.
Oh, I
was like 14. And and that's how that music started. I always saw just DJs, and I was always surrounded by people that were already in the industry. So I just wanted to get into it. And music was just like everything, coming from a sports and cheerleading background, so I was like always picking out the mixes and the music, and I'm like, oh, maybe we should do this. And
that's hot. I love that you were a cheerleader.
Yeah.
We need a little BTS photo that can like come up right now.
The BTS photos are crazy. No, I'm gonna find one. I'm gonna give it to you.
Okay, I need it. I think it needs to be like merch, flyer. Yes. Like we need to do something with it.
That would be insane. I remember I had it was one point in my life I had 2 different color contacts. Goodness, I don't know who just let me make this decision. But one was blue and one was green.
I love it.
And I just looked insane, but I swore up and down I was just the flyest in all the lands.
You were, and you still are.
Amen.
You're literally the flyest in all the lands. Wait, so your first set, do you remember your first set?
Yes, my first set. There was this thing called, it's like We Are Dallas, very warehouse vibes. And
so did you grow up in Dallas?
Yeah, Dallas. I'm from Fort Worth.
Okay, amazing. So, my uncle lives in Fort Worth.
Come on,
yes.
Funky Town. Yes, Funky Town rise. So I was in Dallas. That's where a lot of the music and the scene was mainly downtown Dallas. And so I was out there, and it was just a warehouse party. And that was like my big first gig, I guess you can say. And other than that, it would just be little house parties here and there. But like my first real gig was like warehouse parties.
That's fire.
Yeah.
I mean, I got to see you play for the first time last week at a Club Honey event. Yes. And we were like so honored to have you. You were amazing. But I've been following you on Instagram for years now. So for me, I would like see songs and like mixes and little edits you would put on your Instagram, but being able to see your set live was just so amazing. So for like your fans that follow you on social media or haven't had a chance to experience you live, how would you describe your set?
Ooh. I've evolved so much. I know I had a boiler room in 2023, and I'm like also just not that same DJ anymore either. You can expect a spiritual journey. I think that's the biggest thing. It's like I want to take people on a journey, and I want to tell a story, and I do.
I felt that.
You know, like I don't want to be the hypest in the room. I feel like I was that for so many years. I think just come prepared for the unexpected, and come ready to take a journey, the highs, the lows. Come ready to cry, laugh, smile, all of that.
No, I love that. Yeah. I think that's like one of the things as DJs that I think people don't understand. It's like, okay, they may see a set from like 2-3 years ago, and they're like, it's sort of like that's how they've identified you as a DJ from that one set. But something about us is that we're constantly evolving and constantly changing. And like, I mean, I play new sets every, oh my God, yeah. Rocky's in today's episode. He might get thrown out with his bad behavior, but
the cutest ever.
We love you, Rock.
Yes, sir.
But no, I know he's so cute. I feel like part of evolving your sets is like part of being a DJ, and I think that's why like we all love what we do, and it never feels like boring or still, because we're always able to evolve our sets and like we're learning new music and we're learning like how we want our sets to make us feel. And like you're saying, the sort of like hype DJ, I feel like we've all been through that moment of like just playing the music that we know people want to hear to have a good time. And that's why I really enjoyed your set, because I was like, I know these are, to me, they're hitters.
Yes.
But maybe to certain people that don't know music as well, they don't understand it exactly the same way.
Or they don't really, they don't know how to fully absorb it at the time, which is...
I think we have to kick out Rocky. So when crafting a new mix or set, what is your creative process like? Do you start with a theme or mood or like a certain track that you know you want to play and then go from there? Or what's your process?
It always differs. It's really a long process. Freestyling is usually just like, whenever it's a set that just popped up or I'm doing it back to back. But whenever I know I have a gig coming, I curate my sets. It's so important. I was a makeup artist for so many years as well.
Well, I was going to say, you literally snap with the makeup. It's insane.
Thank you.
It's
a whole nother lifetime that plays so much a part of my life also as a DJ, that connected so many dots for me when I moved to LA. So many of those connections stemmed from me being a makeup artist for so many of y'all's favorite artists that are just iconic, and it just bridged over and that happened. But as far as like curating my sets, it's a long process. I never really know what song I'm going to start with until I put songs in a crate, and then I just go through the songs and I'm like, okay, this one feels like this is like the beginning of a story. I'm very big on like audio journalism, so just telling a story, and sometimes it'll just unfold by itself. Sometimes I'll just go through the songs and I'm like, okay, cool. I'm listening to the words. I'm like, okay, this goes good for the beginning of this story. Let me like plug this in. It's kind of like plugins. Yeah. And then I'll just play with the transitions from there.
I love that. I think it's so important to care so much about your sets, because I think a lot of DJs now have that freestyle mentality, which like is so great. And we're able to do it now because we've had so many years behind our back. But you can tell when you're going to a party when it's like the DJ just showed up and is like playing whatever, just scrolling through the USB. And sometimes that isn't like portrayed in the best way. I don't know. I can feel that it just feels like another like hype vibe of DJ. So I think DJs definitely do need to care more about like the set making process.
It's important. It's so important. And as a DJ, I mean, it's our job to break records and introduce people to new music. And I really did step away from like the hype music. Granted, 2016 is like one of my favorite years next to the 2010s. So being able to take some of those and redo them in remixes. I love a good edit. I love a good mashup, but remixes that fit the style and the format and genre of music that you're introducing to the crowd at that time is so important. But yeah, I think it's important to give people what they're not used to getting, that they can get for $10 down the street at a bar or at a club, like
or on Spotify. Like it feels like I call them like playlist sets.
Yes.
When it's like the DJ, it's like it's a playlist. Yeah. They're just like literally playing a Spotify playlist.
Man, and everyone's there sometimes. It is sometimes, but it's like sometimes people are just there for that one 30-second viral moment that people saw online, and it's like, did this kill club culture? Like, did this kill the underground culture? In so many ways, and it did, but hopefully everyone that's still standing in their integrity with pushing the future of music that they want to see move. Hopefully that makes a change.
Yeah, it's been interesting. I feel like the last year and a half has been the hardest part with what you're saying about like the 30-second like moments and like the TikTok moments and like getting the content, and it sort of like defeats and like I feel like takes away from our artistry a bit, because it's like we have to get those moments, which is not the best part of it, but I don't know. It's hard.
Part of it.
Yeah, it's a part of it.
It's weird.
But I think it's figuring out who's like authentic and who's like just doing it for social media.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know, it's been an interesting time. So I guess on that topic of DJing, what do you think makes a good DJ versus a great DJ?
My best friend told me to breathe through every question so I can really think about this.
Oh, I love that. No,
Betty.
yes.
Betty.
Yes. Oh my God.
Shout out to Betty.
Shout out to Betty. Betty with the jewels.
Betty with all the jewels, y'all.
No, it's insane.
She made all of my stuff.
It couldn't have been more perfect.
She's amazing. I feel like everybody who has never met her knows her because I speak her so much.
No, I love her so
it's
much.
My dog.
She's an angel.
Oh man, what was the question? I'm so sorry.
So if you could change, sorry. Ooh, we're gonna reverse. What first drew you? Oh, no. Sorry. Okay, here we go. What do you think the difference is between a good DJ and a great DJ? Or what's your difference between a bad DJ and a good DJ? I guess that's the real question.
Honestly, I respect DJs that truly step outside of the box. Like you go into their set and I'm like, dang, I don't know not one song you just played, but you just moved me. Like, you know, and you can just tell a person values storytelling. I'm a big storyteller. No matter what I end up picking up, if it's a makeup brush, if it's music, if it's writing, if it's photography, no matter what it is, like storytelling is at the core of who I am as a person. And so as a DJ, I always look to see, like, as a sound selector, like, what journey are you taking me on? What story are you telling me? Transitions are everything to me. And not just, you know, I know people love the dropping on the one and it's big in club culture, but as I expand it out and I'm like, okay, I'm doing more festivals, I'm attending more festivals, I'm going to more curated shows with different types of DJs and different genres of music. I'm paying attention to just the mixing, the highs, the lows, the mids, playing with those,
No, it's so funny because that's definitely my favorite thing. And I've always felt that way since I've been DJing, was that the transitions are like my favorite pocket. And that's why when I saw you play, I was like, I feel like you're the only girl. I mean, all the girls are amazing. I love all my girls, but I really related and felt your transitions, because to me, those were like the yummy parts. Those were like the parts where I was just like, oh, like this is so good.
And I would say I'm still learning in so many ways, like counting. You can tell when someone counts their songs out. And I feel like I'm also learning different ways to count my songs out, whether it's mixing every 33 or 32 bars, or, you know, it makes a difference.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard when like you have like, if it's like an 8 count or a 16 bar or 32 bar, but I remember like I'd always try to just do 32. Like I was like 32. Like you do
music.
Because it's like you're building the song up, you're starting to hear it. Now the songs are blending and then you're fading out the other song. And sometimes when it's like too abrupt, I don't know, people don't notice. And I think that's the funny part. So it's like when you have ears in the room that do notice, I respect when DJs like take the time to make the transitions like feel good and not feel so like abrupt.
Right. Because it's like, I mean, I don't really go out like that too often. At first, I almost felt bad about it because I was like, I need to go support. And I was like, you know what, girl?
No, you have to. That's something I've learned as well. I mean, you're not old yet at all. You're just you're literally the most beautiful butterfly ever.
Thank you.
But I feel that. I think we have the pressure of like constantly feeling like as DJs, like we have to be outside.
Right.
Like we have to be seen. We have to be there. We have to be there. And it's like, no, all we really want to do is like lock in, focus on ourselves, our community. And I think, it's I feel like we're on the same sort of path right now of like where we're at.
It's okay to be home. Like, and I just don't need to be out. Like all of that energy, I can just spend that figuring out my own stuff respectfully. But I'm gonna always let the girls know, like, you know, I see you, you're doing good, you're doing great. Like, I'm literally rooting for you from my bed. And
yes, I'm commenting, I'm liking, I'm there. We're reposting. It's hard. It's hard to go out all the time.
It is. It's draining. I mean, I'm a introvert so that I can be an extrovert, but only for a limited time. Like I have a limited supply of extrovertness.
No, I totally feel you. There was like a point where I was getting too many shows and I just was like, I can't do it.
You have to say
I can't cope. And now I just like love being at home. I love being in the studio.
Yes.
And then like when I do go DJ, it has more intention and purpose behind it and doesn't feel so just like, I don't know, that's something about DJ culture is like you can't run yourself dry.
No,
like
you can't.
I don't know. It feels like it's burnt out. Like some DJs I look at it and I'm like, you're a bit burnt.
And it's just one of those things, like you have to think of yourself like a stock. Like that's one of the biggest things my managers told me was like, you're a stock and you need to know how to allow your stock to go up. And that just comes with how you manage your accessibility. Like it's okay to say no to things. It's almost so important that you say no to things because it's also letting God know, okay, cool, you're saying no to these things so that you can say yes to the right things. And when one door closes, another one opens.
The boundaries.
Yeah, it's huge. And it takes
I'm impressed with you by your age that you've been able to figure that out. Cause like, I feel like the boundaries just hit me like the last year and a half where like, I've just been saying no, like a lot more. And I think people almost take it personally, but I think they have to understand that it's like, you're saying no for yourself, like to protect yourself, to allow yourself to grow. It's like, you do need to take a step back to take steps forward. And I think a lot of people take things so personally nowadays, which is like,
and it's like not easy for me to say no. It's like,
no, of course not.
But it's like, you know, even whenever it's like, oh yeah, like I'm not booked for today, but like this isn't.
What do you want to do?
Right.
No, 100%.
Yeah.
So with DJ culture right now, I guess we're sort of on that topic. Mm-hmm. Is there anything you feel like could or should change in DJ culture right now?
That's a really good question.
I know these are there's some deep ones and then we get into some fun ones.
Okay. Anything that I think should change in DJ culture or could be changed? I saw something today and it was like, you know, artists can't control the way that their music is played after releasing them. But I do see this is like recently, or maybe it's just been a buildup, but once a song comes out and they see that it allowed one DJ to like have a moment that is their moment, it's almost like they wring that song dry. I mean, but then again, it's always been a thing, but more so with social media, with the reels. Yeah. They're just wringing moments that they saw work for somebody else dry, thinking that it'll do the same for them. But it's like that song, either that person took so much time to dig for that song, or when they played it, it hit the way it hit because it was like, no, this song resonates with them. This is something that probably wasn't at its height or its peak when people knew it at the time. And, you know, it just went for them, but it's not going to be the same for you. But kind of just like,
yeah, I feel it's like authenticity in a way. It feels like there's a bit of disconnect, like with DJs among how it's sort of like the math equation of like how to make a pop star. Yeah. It's like, it feels like there's like this what's it called? Like what's happening with Zulon? Like they're calling her like a nepo baby, like industry plant.
That's insane.
Which is like they're saying like that there's like an industry plant way of doing things, and I feel like that's what's sort of happening with DJ culture right now, where it's like, okay, we have a person, we're gonna make music, we're gonna get the viral video clips, we're gonna book them for X, Y, and Z. Like it almost feels like there is becoming this sort of process on how to make a DJ.
True. That is very true. Or and like that pop star process.
I feel like that's what's sort of happening now with like the DJ process, and it's like, what?
Well, it makes you want to wonder, like, okay, what is everybody's goal? Like, the music that I produce is so different from the music that I DJ. So, and I've put out just like one song in collaboration with, another producer recently. But even that song isn't close to like what it is that I DJ. So I think they want to be a pop star, which is, fine. But we love Uncle Waffles so much. But everybody's in their Uncle Waffles era.
Yeah.
And it worked for her for a reason. Like,
she was one of a kind.
She was one of a kind.
There was no one, what she did, there was no one doing it.
She was walking in her purpose.
Yeah.
And I think it's kind of like going back to one of those things whenever they see it work for somebody else. Like God can show up in a person's life and God will show up in your life, but it'll never be in the exact same way.
Yeah.
But they want it to be, which isn't bad, but it isn't necessarily good when it comes to just trying to replicate something instead of, being your own person and, tapping into what does set you apart. I think people are actually scared to tap into what sets them apart because they don't see it around them, which goes back to just representation, like seeing people that are so different doing whatever it is that they do and inspiring the next generation to be like, okay, cool. Like, what is my difference? Like, what am I passionate about? I may not see it, but like I can do it. And I think just getting back to that I feel like that's what needs to change in the DJ culture is, again, we love an edit, but like what are you standing in? Like, what is the purpose behind you even being a DJ besides partying, And I have to always redefine that for myself. And I had to step into that space like 2023, especially after Boiler Room. I was like, okay, what are you doing? Why are you doing it? Like, even though I've been DJing since I was like a preteen. And yeah.
No, I love that you said that because I feel like that's definitely like what happened to me these past few years where I was like, okay, like I've, hit all the bucket lists. Like I've played with this person. I've done this festival. I've done this. Like I've put out a few songs. Like, but I really had that moment of being like, what is my definition of success and like what makes me happy? And I think when I had started DJing, the success goal was like getting booked on festivals, like being billed, getting this like recognition that I felt like I deserved so badly. And now it's like so different. Like now I feel like my purpose is to just build the community. And that's why when you said what's missing in DJ culture, it's the community of, well, especially the girls coming together, because I feel like that's how all these guys are getting so successful. It's because they're all, collabing together, doing edits together, doing remixes, doing, throwing their own concerts and their own festivals and booking them. And I almost feel like I'm trying to start to do that for like all of us.
You're doing
and
it.
To like be able to just like push down like those doors to be like, bitches want to party with bitches.
Right.
And we want to like, I don't know. I just like, even like EDC, I guess they said was like 15% was like girls this year, like versus the guy DJs. And I'm still like, that's insane.
Though.
Yeah, but like, that's insane. Like, I can't wait for the festivals where it's like 75%.
75, 80, like.
Or all girls. And there's so many talented artists right now. Like the girls, I feel like the girls are doing their damn thing, but they're all doing it alone. Like, like Pink Panthers, like, where are you at?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Like, where are all like the girls at doing shit together with the girls?
I mean, it's a rarity. I'll say even for myself, it's a not a hard time, but it is one of those where I'm like, damn, I'm redefining what that looks like, which is why I'm so grateful to have even connected with you and being able to see you curate, like, just women of all different types that are in this industry coming together. Because it's like, dog, we do not have that. And if we do, it's not in the way that we need it, like as far as it being healthy. It's
very
competitive.
Very competitive. Feels very like transactional
as fuck.
Feels very just like no real connection.
Yeah.
It's like you go out, you meet people, it's like, hey, hi, but then it's like, what relationships are being built and taken from those like little interactions? Right. And I feel like every time now we do something with Club Honey, I want it to like have purpose, intention, like have girls leaving and feeling like inspired, wanting to go do more. Cause I think what was happening to me was like, I would DJ, but I would like leave not feeling great.
Right.
And I'm like, why am I not feeling great? Like I'm doing what I love to do, but it's like the environments I was in just were a bit dark for like what I was trying to do. Dude, I did an energy cleanse and she was like, you have like 170 evil entities on your body. I'm like, what are you even talking about?
What does that mean?
So it's like, you know, when we're DJing, like we're exchanging so much energy. Like if we're sick, if we're tired, like it doesn't matter. It's like when we get on stage, like it's like a flip switches off and you have to, we're performers at the end of the day. So it's like, we're giving so much energy. We're also receiving so much energy from people in the audience. So I think what was happening to me was because I'm like such a energy exchange person. And like, I think I was taking in people's bad energies and it started to like really affect me.
It's so important to say no. This is why. This is literally why.
Well, since then I've been on my no game and just being like, I want to build our circle and the community and work with people that like want to help uplift it.
Yes.
But it takes time to get to that. No, you're good. It's a lot of talking. It takes time to get to that point. I mean, I've been DJing since I was, for 10 years now. You've been fucking also 10 years. Yeah. So I know. Yeah, we're at the 10-year mark where we're like, we've
redefining, rebuilding. Yeah.
So I have a question. How do you protect yourself and your art from the pressure to constantly perform, post, or prove something, which is kind of been what we've been talking about in a way?
How do I protect myself from?
Yeah, I think like from how like, now we have to be posting on social media. It's like we have two identities. It's like who we are. Right. And then it's like who we're giving on Instagram. And it's like, we want to give on social as much that's really us.
Right.
But sometimes I feel like there is a bit of like a persona we're a bit adding to it.
Yeah. I mean, this is going to be my first time I've ever spoke on social media. Like when this drops, I've never talked on my story.
No, same. That's why I'm like so nervous that I'm doing this, but like I feel like it needs to happen. And I had that realization where it was just like, girls need to know what's up. We have so many girls that look up to us and
we have so many years of experience that we feel like it's easy to feel like they don't mean anything until you start talking. And it's like a young girl that's like, oh, well, I'm kind of going through the same thing, or I'm actually walking into that door and I need guidance in that way. So I highly agree. This is like, as my bestie Betty would say, we're looking at what the next risk looks like. It's like time for that, but how do I protect myself? I'm a really big overthinker.
I love that.
It's sickening. I'm such a big overthinker that I have to tell myself to just do it. Like just do it. And I'm a perfectionist, so it's like
that's my biggest flaw. That's why even with this, I was like, oh my God, this isn't right. And then I'm just like, I just have to start.
You have to do it.
Because otherwise you can spend 6 months or a year just stuck trying to do something and someone else is going to go do it. Yes. And it's like going to be great.
Do not belong to, Shout out to Rick Rubin. I'm reading this Rick Rubin book.
It's so good.
And he was just saying, like, our ideas do not belong to us. It's just like one of those messages that is in the air, and it's given to you, and you can procrastinate on the purpose and you'll see someone execute it tomorrow. So it's just like whoever grabs it. But to protect myself, I'm still redefining that. I'm still figuring that out. I don't like to go on social media and like compare myself. So I try to stay off my phone as much as possible. And whenever I do post, I just post and go.
I love that.
And that's just my biggest way to protect myself. And yeah, that's what I have right now.
That's what I've been doing a lot lately.
I meditate a lot.
I love that.
Journal. Just like, daily routine things. And yeah, I just try not to compare myself and just know that, I have something to give the world, and I believe in that. And I make a difference in the world, and I have to believe in that.
Yes, you do. Yes.
And yeah.
No, you're amazing.
Thank you.
And I just can't believe and see, that's what I'm talking about. It's like, you've been DJing for 10 years. I've been DJing for 10 years. Like, why did we just meet last month?
No,
isn't that insane?
When I told my best friend this, she was like, wait, finally. She was like, no, do you remember when I was telling you about so-and-so? And I was like, yeah. She was like, that is her. And I was like, this is crazy. And she's like, this is a link up I've been waiting to just happen. And cross. Because she's like, y'all have lived such similar lifetimes that, like, to be able to pour into each other, no matter whatever capacity, she's like, this is needed for the both of you. So God did his big one with even the timing is everything. The timing is everything.
I know. I'm happy I met you now and not like Honey 5 years ago.
No, same.
I was a wild child. I swear, I run into people and I'm just like, apologies. Apologies for whoever that crazy bitch was.
No, same.
No, I've always been sweet, but I was like definitely like just more wild.
Yeah.
We're just growing up.
Yeah.
We're maturing.
It's a part of it. It's a part of it. I'm like, hi, nice to meet you. Because I don't know what era you met me in, but.
Okay, I'm obsessed. I always thought if this was just me, but it's good to know that it's not.
And I think it's even more important to just, for the world, know that it's important to believe that people can change and believe that people can grow. Because if you believe that you can do that, you need to believe that other people can do the same and give them that same grace. Because it's important.
Yes. Grace is everything.
It is.
Just be kind with people. Like, everyone's going through stuff. Like, we're all on a journey.
Man. And
we're going somewhere.
Not perfect, but it's real.
Yeah.
It's very real. I remember Jhené would say that every night. She's like, this tour is not perfect, but it is so real. And, what we get is what we get. And we did as much as we could and what we knew at the time.
So you were on tour with her, right?
Yeah, on tour.
Okay.
All year last year from like June, and then we ended in the beginning of December. Insane. It changed my life. Like,
tour is intense.
It's very intense, and at that capacity, I think for myself, I remember the first couple of nights and just a little bit throughout the tour, I was trying to just YouTube and TikTok and Google like anybody that was in my position that I could learn from. Y'all figured out that I was the first person in history.
Stop.
I am the first person in history to complete, the first female DJ in history to complete a almost sold out arena tour as simultaneously being the DJ, the host, and the MC for an over 2-hour performance, which is the longest performance of any artist that was like on the tour, including Jhené.
God, I just got goosebumps.
Insane. I'm like, PR, where are we at? Because
yeah, you're like, you better be writing this.
I'm like, someone needs to do something about it. I be at asking ChatGPT sometimes. I'm like, hey, so who's and they're like, well, I mean, if this is what happened, then like you are, but like you need coverage. And I'm like, who I gotta talk to?
Talk to your agents. Tell them.
Yeah.
What we doing?
Yeah.
What we doing
it's
here?
A work in progress.
No, I know. Trust me. It's a work in progress. It's a process. No, but that's like so amazing to me. I can't even imagine like what was your sort of like pre-show I guess, ritual in a way to sort of like get yourself like in that mindset, because that's a very like
it's a lot
intense moment.
Yeah. I would pray so much. Because the tour was a family, and it was a very close-knit family, and I wouldn't have gotten through the tour without the dancers and without the band and the production team and the man. I literally would not have been able to get through without them, and it was such a positive team every single day. But prayers. Nothing can really prepare you. It's like
how many shows did you guys do?
We did, I believe, over 33 shows.
Wow.
20. It's all arenas, so it was like 20,000 plus a night.
Oh my goodness.
And it's kind of like that, like you said, that switch that happens whenever you go on stage. Like nothing can fully prepare you for it. Like I remember the first 2-3 shows, I was like, "Oh, I'm finna kill them. I got this set list. Like, oh, they're about to eat it up." I got off that stage with hundreds of DMs and mentions, and they done found my Twitter and TikTok, and they're like, "Turn this shit off now. Someone, I hope she gets a new DJ." Like, who?
Wait, girl, what?
No, nothing could have prepared me for the masses being able to have that like impact. And then I found my flow. I got so serious and so strict about my before and my after rituals. Like as soon as I got off stage, I'm immediately going to take a shower. I'm getting on my laptop.
Oh,
I'm
yes.
like, what city are we going to next? Okay, cool. What are the bang? Okay, cool. So who's the OGs in the town? Okay, cool. So who's popping right now in the town with the music? Okay, so I'm gonna plug this in. And it was like playing Tetris with music, because
you had to learning. You like curated for each city.
I was in school. Like and it's insane as someone that, you know, in elementary, I was in private school, and then I was homeschooled from middle school to graduation. But it kind of felt like I was back in school, and I'm like, no, I'm about to go through the most intense studying of music culture, and I'm going to put myself in a curriculum. And that's really what that tour was for me, was like a real music theory on a whole nother level outside of producing, and, you know, just really learning the culture of music as well as what I want to give to the world. Because the first hour, like I was like, oh no, like if y'all think I'm not bringing a piano with me through this R&B tour, and that's what I'm rooted in is African culture, y'all have me messed up. I'm bringing the 3-step, the gom, private school. Like it was important. So literally playing Tetris with music on what I'm standing in and what I want to give to the world. And then on top of like, okay, y'all some OG R&B. This an OG R&B tour.
The favorites.
Yeah, let me figure out how to link everything in.
Did you have a favorite city from the tour?
I had a couple. North Carolina was a really good one. I love y'all, North Carolina. North Carolina makes some noise.
Yes.
Miami was amazing.
Oh, Miami must have been
It was so good. Of course, Texas, all the cities we did in Texas was amazing. Granted, I'm from there, so
yes,
I had to represent. And what else?
What was the worst city?
Ooh, East Coast. East Coast. They
were sleepy.
It was brutal. It was a little brutal, yeah. Yeah, East Coast had to be the hardest for me. Even though I love the East Coast. When I go there for my own individual sets, it's beautiful. But playing for the masses on that level, I was like, oh goodness.
Well,
Chicago was the hardest.
Oh, that's such an interesting point, because it's like, I think as DJs, like what people think is that like these DJs play these, you know, huge festivals, Tomorrow World, like EDC, yada, yada, yada. But I guess my question to you is like, you experienced that arena experience, but do you think like the smaller venues are like where your heart's really at? Or do you feel like you did enjoy doing the arena?
I'm an arena girl.
Okay.
I'm an arena.
Big room energy. Yes.
Yeah. Like I feel like once I got a taste of that, I was like, oh, this is for me. Like even going to the Kendrick concert this past weekend, I was like,
you're like, I'm home.
Like that's how it felt. I was like, dog, like no, it's like I don't want the lights. Like I want this impact. Like, you know what I mean? And just being patient with, you know, things don't happen overnight and people don't find you overnight. And even if they do, they're not destined to stay with you because they saw you on a 30-second clip that went viral, but really building those people that are like, yo, you're real. I love your journey. I love your process. I love your consistency. And we're going to walk with you on this. And that's what that many people walked with him through his journey.
Did you have any like smaller moments that gave you that same sort of feeling?
I do, actually. I was in Joburg in South Africa last year.
Dude, on the bucket list.
Man.
I'm coming with you on the next time you go.
October, are you coming with me? I'm so serious.
Okay, I'm down.
I'm doing, do I say this? It hasn't been released yet.
We can give a little tease.
I'm doing Rocking the Daisies.
Oh my God, that's insane.
And it's my first time to Cape Town, but I always go to Joburg. And as soon as I got off tour, you can have such a high, like tour artists. I mean, everyone who goes on tour knows that when you have a really big high, you just know that the opposite is going to follow because that's just the way life works.
Yes.
So I got off tour and I was like, I'm on such a high. And that low came so
low.
Quick.
Yeah, fuck.
I was like, dang. So I was off tour for like 3 days in December. And then I was like, I'm going to South Africa. So I booked my flight and spent Christmas and New Year's there. And one of my extended family there was like, hey, you know, we have the rooftop venue. You can have your event here.
Sick.
And let us know what DJs you want to book. And we'll start getting that together. And I'm like, okay, cool. And that had to be like one of the sets that I literally was tearing up during the set because I was just like, dog, like this is the power of music. Like it's probably 20 of us in the room, but
was so impactful.
It was so impactful. Like the love that was in the room. It's so unexplainable, but that was like one of my favorite shows that I was like, oh wow, like this is what it's about, you know?
Do you have any favorite artists that you've DJ'd with so far? Well, I guess not art. Well, DJs are artists. Like favorite DJ. You can say honey. I'm joking.
Honestly?
No, I'm joking. But I genuinely want to know this question.
That's a good one.
The answer to this
question.
question.
Thinking back.
I know, I'm sure you've played with a lot of people. It's hard to remember everyone.
Yeah, I'm trying to think about the one that I was like, oh, this
is cool.
This is cool. Actually, my brother K-More, he's in New York, and we did not have a set together, but we stayed up. I had a gig in New York for That Good Shit by Annabelle. Shout out to Annabelle. She's doing her big one.
Oh, I love her. Yes.
Love her down. And my homie K-More, he is amazing. But we stayed up until like 5, 6 a.m. After that set. We were just DJing in his crib. And we were doing a little back-to-back.
I love it.
That had to be one of my favorite synergies in a set before ever. But I haven't had too many back-to-backs with, you know, DJs.
We got to do one.
Yeah, please. I'm open to it. I feel like that's where like just the energy to, actually, Dina is an amazing.
Oh, Dina.
Yes.
LA Dina. Oh, yes. She goes off. Shout out Dina.
Yes.
Dina's like, she'll come and she'll steal all your men's and your women's.
Dog, Dina is she's
good.
insane. And we did a burger joint. We were at this burger joint. Was it Monty's? I don't know. It was some burger joint. And they had the CDJ where I had one deck and a mixer. She had one deck and a mixer. And
I saw when people were doing this. Yeah.
Yeah, like face to face.
So it's like you're back to face to face. That was crazy. Was it hard?
I think, well, we had one practice. It wasn't like, oh, we're picking the tracks. It was kind of just seeing how our energy flowed together. And her, she's so big in just like the Latin world, and my house and like African roots, like it just meshed so well together. And I was like, oh wow, this is good.
Yeah, she we played a lot of festivals a few years ago together, and at any time we would back to back together, I was like, she was one of the girls that could beat my energy. Yeah, like I thought insane. I was coming with heat, and then she'd play like an even crazier cut, and I'd be like,
her deep cuts are
okay. Wait,
insane.
let me get back in here, and then I would be like, you know what, you got this,
right? No, she's
so good. Okay, so I guess this is a funny next question. Yes. Do you judge people based on their music taste?
I would like to think I don't, but I do.
Like I know it's so hard. It's like
hard. It's
I don't know. I don't know like if I could date someone that just like doesn't get music.
No, if you listen to the radio, I'm sorry. This is not going to work out. Like it's not. Like what do you mean? What do you mean you don't care about what's
like if you don't know who Erykah Badu is, like I don't think I could talk to you.
I don't know if I can talk to you. I don't know. Or at least like the classics. But no, music taste is everything to me. Because what happens if I'm like, I'm showing you something, I'm like, did you hear that transition? And they're like, yeah, sure. I'm like, no, did you hear that?
It's funny. I feel like for me, it's not even like the new music is important, but I feel like it's like the classics. Like if you don't know like your classics, like I'm a bit like,
if I can't rap the blueprint with you front to back.
Yeah, like what are we doing here?
Crazy story. I had like a Nissan Altima back in the day. Like I'm just queen. So old. And like
your old soul.
You know?
Yeah.
And so my radio was broken. I couldn't plug an aux cord in, and I couldn't take the CD out of like the CD that was in. I couldn't exchange it for anything. So the CD I was bumping for the whole summer was The Blueprint by Jay-Z, because that was the only CD that was in there. So every day, and I remember I was working at UPS at the time, and it was like, I will not lose ever. And I'm just like rolling to UPS, just about to do my like night shift.
But you came with the energy.
I came with the energy. I was throwing them boxes like it was my duty. And I just had The Blueprint playing in my head like, no, we gon' put me anywhere on God's green earth. I triple my worth.
Okay. Do you find it easy or hard to date with the type of lifestyle you live? Well, I guess on tour was hard, but how do you feel? On tour
was hard. I think it was just one of those where it is hard to date. I think it's just because nothing interests me. So it's like I feel like you're creatively on like such a level that it's like you need someone to like make you feel something as well. Yeah, I don't date at all. I haven't dated in over a year. I don't talk to people. Yeah, I'm a hopeful romantic though.
I love that. You're gonna meet him hopeful. Or her at the fucking coffee shop.
Something organic. Yes. Yeah. I'm just at the point now where I'm like, if it's not a bestie that I fall in love with, then I don't know.
I know. Even when I met my boyfriend now, I was single for a while, and I was like, I can't do like the dating.
It's not happening.
Like I know a lot of girls that are like on the apps doing the dating, and I'm just like. I think for me, it literally, like, I would have an absolute meltdown. Like, anyone that I've dated in the past, it does not, I can't do it.
Yeah, I'm one of the rare ones as well, where I'm just like, I've had one adult boyfriend, one adult relationship.
That's pretty good, though.
And I can't.
I had one adult relationship when I was 21, and this is my second adult relationship, but I just turned 30. Right. So I think maybe like you're gonna have it like me.
Yes, they always say if you didn't find your soulmate earlier in life, you'll probably find your soulmate later on.
Yes.
So I'm like, okay, my 20s. I feel like dating, not dating is like sobriety to me. Like I don't drink, I don't smoke, and I feel like me not dating or sharing my body is also a form of sobriety. So Yeah, I'm just crystal clear right now, taking life straight, no chaser.
No, literally taking life no chaser. That's how I've been, and it's too clear.
It's the veil, the times, everything.
I'm like, sometimes I'm like, what?
That's why I be having my glasses on next to me, just being so African. I'm like, I gotta have these glasses on because the way I see through stuff, I'm like, I can't have you notice that I'm peeping bullshit right now.
You're like, everyone's all fucked up. You're just like pretending. You're it's great.
Mentally, I do have to prepare myself.
Yeah. So wait, like when you do festival shows, how long have you been sober?
I am going to touch 1,000 days no drinking soon.
All right. Yes. I'm so proud of you.
I think 1,000 days that'll mark 3 years.
3 years. Yeah.
And then not smoking, like no weed, no nicotine, no tobacco or anything, or vapes or anything. I'm coming up on like I think I hit 50 days.
Let's go.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you.
That frontal lobe developing, I just turned 25 in April. And the day after my birthday, I had a crazy, crazy asthma attack. Oh, and it was like in the middle of me
sorry.
Sleeping. I feel like it was a weird revelation that happened because I got home at like 6 a.m. from the hospital, and God was just like, listen,
you need to get it together.
Like,
girl.
if you smoke after this today, like the next 5 years are not going to go the way that you think they're going to go.
Yeah.
Like, I need you to lock in. I started smoking at a really young age. So now, I'm just reprogramming my mind. People talk about, once you get past 30 days, you're not going to crave, you're not going to want this. And it's like, the hardest thing is relearning and figuring out who you are after that long extended period of time of like numbing your emotions or not working at the highest, capacity that you could be working at sober.
I think it's so amazing that you've been able to do this. And I think it's so amazing meeting other people that are kind of on the mindset that you have right now. And I feel like I'm on that similar mindset. And I think working with other people on similar mindsets allow for greater growth and for things to happen. Because I think like you can work with certain people, but it's like if they're still in their major party era or this or that, it's like there's that disconnect. And sometimes you're like, what is it? Like we're getting along, like everything's good. But then it's like we go out and homegirl's like downing like, 10 shots to the face or yelling at you to start drinking.
That'd be my biggest thing.
And you're like, okay, maybe like this isn't
what I thought.
Yeah.
I still have those moments,
No, all the time.
Yeah.
It's hard. But that's why I don't be outside so much.
Same. I love a good, like, I don't know. I think I'm just reverting back to having the childhood that I did and didn't have. Like, let's have a sleepover. Let's watch movies. Let's talk. Let's cook dinner. I think that's where I'm at.
The wholesome stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a funny one. Yes. What trend needs to die immediately?
Oh my gosh.
This is a very like vague the trend.
Edits, mashups, edit.
Oh wait, you didn't say. What's the one? You said that you could let it go, but I wouldn't hang up on somebody that you used to know. Oh, you didn't have to cut me off.
But like the mashups, dog, please. Like,
oh my god, well, it's the TikTok world. The mashups.
It's literally like, dog. Everybody's speaking in TikTok.
In the hood, I'm like Princess Diana.
Dog, it's taking me.
Everything's baile. Like everything, low-key, everything's baile.
Dog, sometimes I'll be looking around. I'm like, do I have it all wrong? Because like,
no, but people love it. Like as jokes, sometimes in my sets, I'll be like, I have this like wild, some like wild dumb baile edits, but like they go the hardest.
No, I do have some that are like, but it's more so like knowing the difference in between a mashup and edit and like a remix. Because I feel like remixes, I had some really good remixes that I played at your event, but that genre
perfectly.
Like it's still like, okay, this is 3-step, but it's like 3-step in a tasteful way with a sprinkle of
the Frank Ocean edit you played.
I'm telling you. But yeah.
Like what? I literally was like having a moment. I was like, this is so good.
It's spiritual.
It's so good. But I think there's a difference on how bad what is.
Yeah, and dog, yeah, that
I've seen some like sets that are just straight like edit, flip, mashup, edit, flip, mashup, and I'm just like,
will play.
What's happening? Well, I think like talent bookers just need to get like a bit better.
Ooh, I had this conversation on my close friends this past weekend. I was like,
who's booking this shit?
Like it makes me think, I don't know if this is gonna, I hope it finds the right people when I say this, but it makes me think about whenever there's a festival and it was like Lil Wayne and the headliner was like Childish Gambino. And it's like, it's not that he's not a great artist, because he's amazing. Oh my gosh.
But it doesn't really make sense.
But like people left after Lil Wayne. Yeah. And it's like, who thought about this? Like someone put that man where he's supposed to go, and then someone put this man where he's supposed to go, and can we all make it cohesive? That is why I love Portola. Shout out to Danny Bell.
Portola is like the best festival.
It's the best festival.
Fifi, one of our other artists on, played it, and she literally said, she goes, my favorite festival is Portola.
I played it last year, and it was one of the best festivals I've ever had in my life. Sober, and it is 21 and up. But I think that at some point that needs to be like, I saw why it's so different, because it's like, dog, people handle their drugs better.
They're partying, everything.
Partying. It's just so it's proper. It's so proper.
Yeah.
Okay,
so you played Coachella this year.
Last year.
Okay, yeah. Last year. How do you think like you would compare that to Portola?
Ooh, in so many ways. Oh goodness, where do I start? Well, one, it's like Portola's 21 and up. Love the kids. Love them. I mean, I'm still partially one of y'all. But yeah, it's just different like music, I think, as well, that you can like play. Yeah, different music you can play. Just the artists, I felt like we're so different. Like Coachella, it is important, and I hope I pray I get to play there next year and have another stage. But yeah, there's so many differences. No, I can't pick one specifically.
No, I feel it. Okay, so we're almost at the end of the hour, which is like crazy. That went so fast. You're amazing. I have some like little fireball questions. Okay, so club or festival?
Festival.
Vinyl, laptop or USB?
I'm new to the USB, but I'm loving the USB. So USB.
USB gang. I know when you told me, you're like, I'm a bit on USB. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Because I be telling the girls,
yeah,
the laptop is great. I think when you're like on a tour, because you're downloading music, right, you have to get on, be quick. But the USB, you just have more of like an experience and connection with the crowd, because it's like you're looking more with them, and then they're like, I feel like, because I started on a laptop too, but after like 6 months, I was like, I gotta get off it.
I just now got off my laptop, y'all, and it's already making a difference. And I think it makes you test your ear more. It's like, do you trust yourself more than your laptop?
Yeah,
that's the biggest thing. And I'm falling in love with it. Yeah.
I hate to say, like, I don't like you're a real DJ now. You've always been a real DJ, but like you really gotta get on the USB. Yeah. It's funny, Skrillex.
It's important.
One of my first gigs, Skrillex was like one of the ones that I was like, he was like, yo, like you gotta get on the USB.
Yeah.
And then after that, I was like, I'm fucking only USB gang.
Yeah, it hits different. And it's like me pulling it out of my purse and just being like, yeah, I'm ready.
It's so cute.
I'm like,
no, they're like, oh, you're the DJ? You're like, yeah.
Yeah.
Let me just plug in here. Okay. B2B or solo mission?
Wait, what do you mean?
Like back to back or just like you doing your set?
Solo.
Okay. Opening set or closing set?
Ooh. I'll say closing set.
Yeah, the energy's
it's different.
After party or Irish exit?
Irish exit.
I was like, I know. I already
Me
know
partially
the answer.
Irish. I'm like, Irish exit, please.
Okay, remix or original? It's hard because with DJs, it's like you can't play original sometimes, but
yeah. I love a good remix. I'll say remix.
Okay, Slay.
Oh my God, yes.
I think Slay. I mean, I have so many more, but like, I think you were amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for tuning in.
This was so good. Oh, y'all, it's my first interview. We ate it up.
She ate it up. She drizzled that honey on top too.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you so much for coming on the show. It was so amazing getting to know you and learn about you. I'm like so excited for what's next.
I have no idea what's next, but we're gonna keep
up to date.
Yeah. Thank you for having me.
No, I love you.
I just want to give you your flowers while we're here, because just since we've connected, I've just really had my eye on just everything you're doing, and it's so inspiring.
Thank you. You're amazing.
I cannot say that enough, and I pray that everyone continues to give you your flowers. Because sometimes it's like we're doing all of this work, and it's like, damn, is anyone paying attention? It's like we have more watchers than people that are actually contributing to, letting us know, hey, I see what you're doing, and like you're really doing something that is bigger than you, and may that continue to grow everlastingly.
Thank you. Yeah. Build, and they will come.
Yes, exactly.
That's what I keep telling myself.
I love you down.
I love you. So much. That was amazing. You're amazing.